Parshat Bo. When we think about the Passover or Exodus story, we tend to side with the Israelites in their struggle for freedom. For just a moment, I want to think about this from Pharaoh's perspective. See, Pharaoh's objective as a leader is to maintain power for himself and ensure his family will continue to reign Egypt for eternity. 7 plagues have come, and he hasn't let up. He allowed everyone in Egypt to suffer so that he could hang on to his workforce. This is the crazy length to which people will go in order to stay in power. Even if they don't have control over a situation, they'll still hold up a good front to make it look like they have everything wrapped around their little finger. It took the death of Pharaoh's first child to finally give the people of Israel the opportunity to leave Egypt. But it wasn't just the personal loss of a child that made Pharaoh's heart soften. In ancient times, a male child was your future. He was your investment, your retirement plan, the promise of the next generation. Pharaoh didn't think, gee, how sad I lost my kid. Rather, he came to grips with the fact that all was lost from his patriarchal way of thinking. Ultimately, Pharaoh was holding on to something, in this case it was the Israelites, in order to live out his dream as the ruler, despite the consequences that were staring him right in the face. In this tough economic time, I think about the number of business owners and families who pretend like they're still making big money in order to continue on their financial dynasty, their vision for what their lives are supposed to be. And I wonder about all the firstborn children, the first generation to suffer with 20% unemployment or underemployment. And I wonder, what are we as a nation holding on to that keeps us in our plague? Are we holding on to the idea that we deserve fancy cars and nice vacations and timeshares? Are we holding on to the idea that a credit card is not really money, that it's just something you pay off, and that everyone deserves to be able to have a $10,000 credit limit? Are we holding on to the idea that a big house with a huge mortgage is the real promise of America and not freedom and responsibility? Pharaoh held on to the Israelites for as long as he could, and Egypt suffered mercilessly. What are we holding on to? And how long are we going to hold on to it? And if we let it go, just like Pharaoh did, maybe our suffering will end. I hope for our sake that we do not lose our children to whatever selfish things we are holding on to, which plagues our society. America, let go of your false control, just like Pharaoh did. Look around. Plagues everywhere.